What is up, YouTube? Everybody in Twitch chat, say hello, hello, hello. We are here again with another account review, this time for BabyFace. BabyFace is trying to push World 5, but they're struggling on survivability. So we're going to help BabyFace out real quick. Straight off the rip, I mean, I see two of your guys are doing fighting, but have skill efficiency cards, so I would pronto resolve that. Let's take a look at the accounts in general. I mean, I see you've got some of the gearing. You definitely need to start getting tools on your people. Tools in general, they seem like they're not super efficient. Like, you're like, oh, why the fuck would I bother getting tools? It's because they're all accumulative stat sticks, and every single value is going to help in the early game. So just try to get tools on everybody at whatever basic level you can push out for them at minimum. I definitely would push you for that. I don't expect you've done much apocalypsing because you just got to World 4. You haven't Zout or Chat, I'm not worried. I did look through your vault a little. Vault's vault. You're just working on carrying out some of the upgrades, which is fine. Anvil. Definitely one thing I would recommend is buying all of your Anvil points with money, and then buying all of your Anvil points with materials up to about World 3. You do have an Elemental Sorceress. This is going to make your job a whole lot easier because you can just farm out the materials with your ES if you don't have them in storage already. So, first thing to note is buy your Anvil points. For sure, for sure, for sure. Let's keep going. Are you actively smelting stuff, or is your forge just empty? I see you've got all the upgrades, which is nice. It's empty? Okay. Definitely stick whatever... I mean, better yet, what do you have in storage for ores? Yeah, you've got some. Stick whatever you have, just jam it into your furnace. Just get everything smelting. The bars are going to be more useful to you than the ore at the moment. Probably locked behind tuna. Yep. Okay, stamps. You have 331 stamps. And you are missing a lot from Worlds 1, 2, and 3. Oh my god. Well, you know what? While you're struggling with survivability, this is partially why. If you're trying to push into World 5, and you're around about early World 4, I could definitely see you pushing your stamps, like getting your stamp total, to about 2 to 3k. 2 to 3k stamp total, for sure. I think that's super achievable. If you're ever like, well, where do I get XYZ stamp? If you're in Toolbox, you can click on a stamp and it will instantly link you to the wiki. Okay? And then all you got to do is go down to the source here, and it will take you to where you get it. So in this case, we're looking at the mason jar stamp. Yeah, because you can pick up the mining bag, the catching, the mason jar, the fish head, and then the stat graph if you just do these quests. So, stamps are really important. Stamps and alchemy are going to be your foundation for the early game, and when you neglect them, or you just don't fully pay attention to them, I just need to unlock them, or also upgrade them. Also upgrade them, because this value here, this chance, is telling me your total stamp. So you have 331 stamps. This is your... That's what that's telling me, okay? It also just tells me on the account summary as well, but this is the number I will go off of. And I want you to basically start spending money, upgrading these stamps, pushing them farther and farther out so that you get a total one of 3,000. Okay? Push your stamps out till about 3k. Okay? 2 to 3k would be great. I did see you have some owl. You're doing some clicking. Good. Make sure you're keeping up with your clicking. Owl bonuses are disgusting. In terms of bubbles for alchemy, for your survivability, focusing on your Chakracene or FMGA are key. They're really not that expensive. I know it seems like it, but they're really not if you get some decent prints, but we'll look. If you want some advice pushing into alchemy, or like trying to hard focus improving your alchemy bubbles, the two you want to focus on early is Larry and Undeveloped Cost, because Larry gives you a buy one get one free deal, so to speak, so you get a chance of a double upgrade for free, and Undeveloped Cost makes all the bubbles cheaper. Okay? The golden ratio or the golden efficiency you'd really like to get, and this is more of a later thing than a now thing. You want to try to push your alchemy bubbles to about a 70% efficiency ratio. Down the line, obviously, you'll bump that up to 75 and 80, but for now, just work on unlocking more alchemy and focusing primarily on your 2 survival bubbles and then your 2 development bubbles for sure. Cauldron, you got people in. Yeah, hey Bananakin, how you doing? Okay, so for vials, you definitely want to focus on unlocking them all. Just keep pushing them out. You don't have to do them in order if you're missing them, so you can kind of just do them at random of what you have unlocked at the time. If you're hurting on money, I would recommend putting some materials and liquids into diet or drink. It will help boost your cash. Once you start doing the World 3 vials, they'll start to boost your skilling efficiencies in their relevant vial, so that will definitely help you out for sure. Just don't neglect your daily uses, okay? And do not touch sigils. Don't worry about that right now. You're working on kangaroo. Wait, they kept the statue max? What do you mean by they capped the statue max, little? Print. How do you progress kangaroo the best? Don't do the restart. Let it sit and simmer. So don't do the micro restart. Don't do this fucking dumb one. Let it sit. Keep building it up until you can grab a mega fish. And don't forget to grab fishery reset points as well. Get as high level as you can with this before you do this. Then you get the mega fish and reinvest. Just to get points for each set amount of statues. Oh yeah, so they reworked how statues operate now. You're working on salts, okay. Haven't gotten Equinox, I'm not really worried. Oh, dude, yeah, okay. This explains so fucking much. You don't have automation arm. Are you aware of what automation arm does? Because this is what's killing you right now. Okay, so automation arm is disgustingly broken. When it comes to construction, what you need to focus on, yeah, you can put like 1 into each of the shrines early, which is fine, but the important ones are all up here, except for Atom Collider. You don't matter. All your important ones are up here. Automation arm, Cost Cruncher, Death Note, Chest Space, Salt Lick, getting at least a level in Trapper Drone, getting as many levels as you can in your library, and maxing your 3D printer. These are critical. So if we go over to my Eidolon and we go, okay, let's head to World 3, and we go take a look at my automation arm. So automation arm has some fantastic quality of life stuff. So first things first, automatically refills your forge with ores and oils. So it'll automatically keep taking ore from your chest, making it into bars, and then feeling deja vu. Some people don't know. Make them into bars and then deposit it back into your chest. This is the one that will help your survivability. When consuming any food or potion while you're AFK, your stacks will be replenished using food in your storage chest as long as you have that food in your storage. So if you have 10,000 sandwiches, right, and your character uses like 2,000 sandwiches while they're AFK, this will keep your character constantly having food in inventory so they're able to AFK and survive. This is more related to farming for souls. The book reservation system is a checkbox that's used for the book, for the library, so that when you... there's some good stuff. So when you go to claim a new skill book for your max level, if you have the book reservation system on, it will guarantee drop you the highest level at the cost of 20 books. And then last but not least, the Anvil pipeline, where for your first character, when you log in for the day, it'll deposit all your Anvil production directly into storage chests. So, yeah, trust me, there's some good shit. There's some good shit in automation arms. So I think that's also probably a reason why you're getting curbstone, functionally speaking. Death Note, yeah, like your kills are like painfully low. Worship. So piece of advice when it comes to worship, the wax skulls and ceramic skulls, the one right after this, are complete shit. You want to try to get out of them as fast as you can. So it's definitely worth doing some worship with your other people to get them higher level, to get them a better skull, and get them the fuck out of these skulls as soon as possible. And no, I'm not Roy. I'm actively doing shit on my other monitor with it, so don't worry. In terms of prayers, skill dimwit is very good. You should get this on everybody. This value does not work the way you think it does, and is not as big of a negative as everybody thinks it is. Chinster, welcome to the vault, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Eventually, when you get Royal Sampler, this is also not as scary as it seems. These are two very good early game prayers, okay? I would wholeheartedly recommend grabbing them when you can. You just got started on trapping. Yeah, you're working on it. And then what? Yeah, keep working on your salt lick too. You don't have the other salts fully unlocked, but when you can, get your multi-kill for all worlds for sure. Your construction. The one premium corner is wild. The one premium corner is absolutely fucking hilarious. Oh, that's just funny. But nothing is you, just that's fucking funny. Okay. Okay, piece of advice when it comes to cooking. What I recommend when it comes to early cooking is primarily focus on your meal cooking speed above all else. Getting this down to like, okay, if it takes about a day or so, then you can probably put a pause. But you primarily want to focus meal cooking speed so that you have faster and faster meals across the board. So meal cooking speed, eventually when you get cabbage, the cooking speed per upgrade level, and then skill efficiency in terms of cooking. But you're super delayed on it. But yeah, if you had like a higher meal cooking speed, you know, your turkeys wouldn't take 3 hours to get another level. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely repivot on that. How about the upgrades? Okay. Keep working on your breeding. Keep trying to force unlock new pets. Let's go to your lab. Are you actively pushing through World 4 right now? Are you actively pushing through World 4? Because if you are, I would recommend, yeah, stop for a minute. So, you are missing this. Killer Brightside. This is designed to help you crazy, okay? You should not be pushing portals without having Killer Brightside up. So, take whoever you have that's not pushing, and honestly, you should be actively pushing with your DK. That's probably the best way to do it. But go ahead and get people back in lab and connected up to the point where you can get Killer Brightside unlocked, and you can get No Bubble Left Behind unlocked. These two are huge. Okay? Wholeheartedly, you need to get these two up and running. Or if I'm not worried about Tome, I'm just curious. top 95%. All right. Right, this is on top of it. The pack doesn't matter. The pack doesn't matter. This is on top of the pack. This is what's going to juice it even more. It's not just, oh, I have the pack, I don't need to have it. No, no, no. This works in conjunction with it. Like, you need this. Yeah. There is never a point in where a mechanic is like, oh, you bought a pay-to-win pack of it. You can ignore XYZ. No, 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 that's not the case. It always works in conjunction with itself. That's why No Bubble Left Behind is so good. And this is also why Killer Brightside is so good, because this also works in conjunction with Portal. You need to be, do you need to have that active for 24 hours to get the bubble? Yeah, basically from the moment you get it active, 24 hours, and then it starts a cycle. If you really want to be sure, let it sit for like 30-something hours, and then start from whenever your daily logins. I mean, they're just doing nothing. Is that wasted? No, 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 no. Because what you need to do down the line is get a total lab level of 2100. You're gonna want to get lab levels, because the more levels you have in lab, the more chip slots you open up per those characters. So the only way to get enough, get a full loadout of chip slots, you need to get everybody up to 75. And chips are nasty. I mean, talking plus damage, plus defense, basic attack speed, doubling the bonuses of equipped trophies. Like, there's some nasty, nasty bonuses in here. They're not being wasted, trust me. It's an actual skill. It is relevant. I'm not gaslighting you here. So it is definitely worth sticking your people in lab. Which characters to put in? However many it takes to get these two unlocked, and yeah, because you want to push with your Divine Knight. Push with your Divine Knight, and then stick everybody else in that you can to get these two up and running. If you can get away with it with like 3 characters, that's great. Have your other characters doing other stuff, but you want to have these two actually active in order to take advantage of it. And I mean, also, if you're hurting on trying to get newer salts, Gilded Cyclical Tubing is fantastic. It's 3 times. You can get more if you have players uploaded. You literally get more prints if you have this connected. This gives you some minor damage bonuses because you don't have that many pets unlocked for breeding. It's not as big of a deal, but the more pets you have, the better Animal Farm does. So like, there's a huge payoff to lab. Lab is disgusting as fuck. Name tag and road doubler when? It's coming, bro. It's coming. Getting those bonuses without putting people in lab. So, the way you do that is you go, when you get to World 5, there is a god. It is Goat. Right here. So, what you do is you basically push to Goat and unlock all your gods, and afterwards, and you get everything set up, you're able to have people link to this. This will make it so that your characters are always in the lab mainframe. So I can show you here as well. So if I pull up my character, let me drag over the so if I go over here to World 4, right? Notice I have nobody in lab. Nobody in lab. Right? But all my people are still here. They are still present in they're still in the matrix here. And this is the benefit of Arctis. Of this effect allows you to get away with shit like this. And the reason that you do Goat here is so that you're able to get Divinity XP and Lab XP, which will allow you to push your gods out for sure. So that's how you get the bonuses. Yeah, because basically, dude, you don't have to have this god attached. Dude makes it so all of these effects are yours. So you're getting double kill count, 3 times multiplier. If I stuck people in lab, they'd also be in Divinity. All this shit. So you're basically getting all these modifiers as well. Blessings are account wide. These are just based off of whatever levels you have. You don't need to be attached to the god to get this. It's this shit that matters, the actual effects. That's why people want Doot so bad, because it grants all the effects here. And then you can get away with, you know, stuff like this, you know what I mean? Like that's how it operates. So, let's see. You're super into early game, very early game. But I mean, you're not terrible. You're not terrible. I don't think you're like cooked at all. I think you just need to know what to focus on, for sure. That's a tough choice. In my opinion, I think it's better for players to focus on having a strong foundation. How do you share your account stats like this? This is a website called Eidolon Toolbox. You log in with your Eidolon account, you're able to publish a public link, and we're able to take a look at your account. That's how. I subscribe to the philosophy where I think it's better to build a solid foundation rather than aggressively push. There are trade-offs. There are absolutely fantastic games and things like that, and mechanics that will juice your account farther down the line. But I'm of the opinion where I would rather not see players struggling because they've rushed to World 6, where instead they've improved their account, they've gotten great foundational stats, great foundational equipment for where they're at, and then they push for the Worlds. But it's a more of, what is the playstyle that works best for you? Because everybody's different, and nobody needs to, you know, fucking conform to the likes of that, you know? That's really what it comes down to. So, yeah. In my opinion, I think you should just take a breather and work on your alchemy and working on your stamps. I think it's your two biggest things. Like, your account is super early game. Another beneficial thing you could definitely do is just getting people some gear. You know, getting tools on everybody. Every single one of these pieces is a stat stick, you know? So, I mean, how does that sound to you? Any kind of questions or concerns you got? Also want to work on my Maestro. Yeah, no, Maestro's fucking really good. Maestro has some crazy good talents. So we take a look here at a Journeyman in general. So do not neglect this reroll, please. This is really good. You can also do some very early crystal farming with them. And when you get to Maestro, things are really going to kick off for you. Maestro has some really good bonuses that'll benefit your account as a whole and not just Maestro themselves. A lot of skill efficiency, a lot of stats related. Like, there's some really good stuff with Maestro. So definitely don't neglect that. You save K farming request right now? Got it, okay. Yeah, in my mind, I think your account's, you know, it's a good early game account. I think you just need to focus up on your two core mechanics, and that being stamps, unlocking and upgrading them, pushing your bubbles out, you know, increasing survivability, getting your various skilling efficiencies and skilling related bubbles up, and working on just perpetually unlocking more and more vials for sure. I think that's really going to help you out a lot. Yeah. I mean, any other kind of questions? Anything else you'd like me to take a look at? What's the best way to push alchemy? Right now, you don't have it. The best way to push alchemy, functionally speaking, is you do liquid farming with cranium cooking. So Bubos have this skill here in the shaman tree, cranium cooking. Killing a monster gives you X amount of seconds of instant alchemy progress, lasts for X amount of seconds. Now, the way that you juice this shit is one, Tentakill needs to be it needs to be at level 200, and you need to push your Liquid Vestment. So Liquid Vestment is a mechanic in World 3 from Equinox. I don't think you're even close to achieving that, so this is functionally off the table for you. But that's the way you would do it. For right now, you just need to focus on your survivability and pushing out your alchemy. It's just going to take a long time. Remember, in terms of working on your cauldrons, you can stack multiple people inside of the other cauldrons. So if you're like, hey, I need more water, whatever, you can stack more people into this. If you're having struggles like actually getting bubbles and things like that, make sure you are working on these upgrades, these costs. It will help. After you take a look at my account, I'm probably on websites and working. Sure, little. You are technically second in line. It's Fob Central if they're still around, and then it'll be you. So what's the best route for you? Focus on your stamps. Stamps are an early game juice. Like, stamps will help the ever-living shit out of you. So I would say focus on doing quests, getting your stamps up, pushing this value up to about 3k, getting materials, farming those out. Yeah, stamps, 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 stamps. Once you're nice and settled on stamps, or you're like hard stuck, I would recommend pivoting towards alchemy. For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I think that's super viable, my friend. I think that's super, super viable. Okay, got it. Well, happy to help. And as always, folks over on YouTube, we give account reviews to anybody who asks. Check us out over on Twitch or on YouTube Live. We are streaming Eidolon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can't make a stream, but you still like your account reviewed, feel free to drop a link to your toolbox in the description below. We've got our Discord and shuttle set up for those who want account reviews, but can't make it to live streams. But until next time, folks, I have been your shitposting doomer, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.